So I'm going to be switching it up a little bit today, and I'm going to be talking about an anime movie, specifically the 2022 movie Suzume. I've never done a video on anime before, but I would consider myself a fairly big anime fan, and I've watched quite a few movies from this director before. He's the same director who brought us 5 centimeters per second, Your Name, Weathering with You, and a bunch more. And I've enjoyed all of his movies that I've seen so far, Suzume included. So Suzume follows the story of a girl named Suzume, who is on a mission to save Japan from disasters that can only be prevented by closing magical doors that appear in abandoned places across the country. So the first thing I want to say about this movie is it's absolutely stunning. Typically anime movies always are, but this one was just especially beautiful to me. I love how even though we're looking at places that are abandoned by man, they're still very beautiful, and even the characters acknowledge that, which I thought was cool. And the second thing that I want to acknowledge about this movie is that this movie made me bawl like a bitch. When I tell you I was blubbering the whole movie, and then I finally had a full-on sob session at the very end of it. This movie has a subplot that I want to focus on, and that subplot follows Suzume kind of learning to deal with her mother's death and life without her. And I lost my mom 4 months ago, and so this movie was particularly hitting me, and I kept finding myself recovering, and then slowly I would start to bubble up again, and then I would just start full on crying again. I was an absolute mess by the end of the movie, but honestly, I'm glad that I did it. I don't love crying, but I also don't mind when movies are able to hit me in that way and they give me an excuse to let that emotion out. I think the part that really touched me is Suzume having this like inner courage to go on without her mother and acknowledging how hard that journey is. She recognizes it, but she still does it anyway because she knows that there's a tomorrow waiting for her, and I really loved that. That really connected with me. I love that this movie kind of held up a mirror for me because I don't think I really knew just how much I have been hurting, and that it's okay for me to be hurt and that it's okay for me to cry. I find in my own grief that there's this want to be strong and carry on because I don't want to let myself get lost in it. But in doing that, I've also found that when I do that, I probably don't let myself process and feel all of the emotions that I really need to and that I should. And this movie gave me an outlet to do that. During my day-to-day, I unfortunately just have too many responsibilities that I can't stop everything and let it all out, but I can definitely do that when I have 2 hours to watch a movie, and that's why I don't mind watching sad movies that are going to make me bawl my eyes out. And this movie gave me that moment to let it out for a little while, and while my heart really hurt at the end of the movie, I was very grateful for that moment. I want to give the movie a 10 out of 10. Other people might not see it that way. I saw some other people saying that this was not that director's greatest work. But for me, the experience that I went through with the movie, it wouldn't feel right for me to rate it anything less.